Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Fox Hime. So as I mentioned before, there's a little bit of grammatical errors and just minor little things that happen in the stories, like dialogue, but I'm trying to overlook it and try to see if I can piece what the sentence is actually trying to be. Hopefully none of it's bad enough to where I can't understand what the line is supposed to be saying. So we'll have to see how that turns out. When I returned back to the bookstore in the afternoon, the senior had already begun work. Senior? As her name is Senior? Okay. Yeah, these are your tasks this month that the manager arranged, and I've already told Mori hers. The manager also wanted me to let you know that he hoped you can do a good job, just like last month. The senior looks like a gentle and cultivated girl, although I usually have few chances to talk with her, but sometimes when I saw her working, she was a very earnest and efficient, reliable senior. The manager kept searching for all kinds of ancient or old books throughout the year. He seldom appeared at the store, so he left almost all the regular daily work to Senior. Senior's an interesting, I guess, name for this person. I don't even know who this name's. I don't know who the actual this person's name is. I hope it's not actually Senior. And as for me, Mori and I, our jobs were to transcribe all of the old books he found. And the transcripts look similar to handwritten ancient books in I don't know that word. Antiquarian bookstore. Nowadays, the printing techniques have become so developed. Why our manager is still clinging to handwritten books? Why is our manager still clinging to handwritten books? Can he sell these things? Usually, some customers will come in and take a look, although few of them would buy this type of books. These type of books. Sometimes we did have customers. Anyway, handwritten books have their own advantages, which those cheap printed versions can never compare with. I don't care too much about these. Some customers would also praise the handwriting for being beautiful. I would guess those are written by Mori. You're too modest. Actually, it's not. I want to go upstairs first if there are no other things. Okay, just go ahead. I guess we're dropping off our stuff. Our bedroom's on the second floor of the bookstore, which used to be the utility room. Oh, whoops. Whoops. Close the door. Close the door. Gee. Well, don't just stare at her, look her up. Come on. Get out of here. Youngtown. Wow. Shut up. Have you seen enough? Yes. So what are you waiting for? Do you want me to poke your eyes out? No. Get out right now. Yes. Yeah, you can tell that's interesting. So this is the beds, and there's like a giant bookcase behind us, and, huh. Really? I can still feel Mori's anger even through the door. I'm so sorry, Lord Mori. Frankly speaking, it was my fault, but she was changing clothes with the door unlocked. How careless can she be? That's pretty careless. Okay, you can come in. After a while, Mori seemed to have changed her clothes. Sorry, I did not intentionally. She's angry at us. Fine, I know you didn't mean to. Mori is so considerate. Remember to knock at the door? If there was some other girl in here, you would be in the hospital. Yeah, I will. Such a stupid fellow. Just get some rest. And go to the supermarket with me later. I have to buy something. Snacks? Besides that, there are still other things I need to buy. Okay, I don't have optional classes tonight. Do you want... Optional or additional? Do you want to go further to a bigger supermarket? The prices for items there are cheaper. Great. I dropped the heavy backpack onto my bed. Just now I heard that Senior had introduced you to your work for this month. How is it? That's okay. Not too much. I could finish it in about 20 days. Mori pointed to our desk, then I turned around and saw 3 books that were a little bit tattered. Indeed, it's unfair. I have 4 books here. It's no use complaining to me. I could help you with it if it's that hard for you. You're right. I will think of other measures if I really can't finish it. So let's get ready to go to the supermarket at 5 o'clock, and also have dinner while outside. Okay, that's nice, but there's still plenty of time left until 5 o'clock. Then we'll work for a while. I walked to the desk. Seems I have to make a push to finish it. I'll start too. And so they're just, are they just like, what is it? I guess kind of like, I don't know what this role kind of is. I want to say it's a scribe, but not necessarily. They're basically just taking books that are old and I guess handwriting them into like other books so that way they're kind of preserved. Interesting. Interesting enough, I guess. Then Mori sat next to me. We began transcribing. I guess that's basically it. Those ancient books, and for a while there was silence except for the scratching sound of pens. No complex technique was needed for this job, although the pages in the books were tattered, the contents were legible. Even for some parts that were broken, just by making a slight analysis we could understand its meaning. Just now, Senior said some customers praised the handwriting was pretty good. Usually we just wrote our stuff quietly and hardly said anything. But today I just wanted to talk with Mori and I couldn't find any better topic. So I thought of what the senior told me before. Really? Did you ask her whether the book was sold today? Mori won't stop writing even when talking to me. And at this moment the atmosphere around her would become different. She sat on the wooden chair demurely, and her gentle side face and the gentle side face? It reminded me of the clear sky at dawn. I'm not exactly sure that's the wording I would have used, but I think I can understand what he's trying to convey, or what they're trying to convey here. It's like I'm reading this book and it's tattered and I'm trying to transcribe it in my head. Or at least trying to interpret the meaning. I think those customers must mean the books you transcribed. They may not necessarily be mine. There were many handwritten books that came here before me. I have seen those books on the shelves and none of them are better than yours. That's just your own opinion. Different people will have different ideas. Even if that's true, no one will deny a beautiful thing. Just like both Senior and me think of your handwriting is pretty good. That your handwriting is pretty good. That's a weird expression. It is? I mean, even if there are different worlds in people's eyes, there should still be some universal ideas. Otherwise, everyone would be like a lonely island. Fair point, but interesting. That sounds reasonable. And it became silent again. In the eyes of others, we literally looked like a couple. Suddenly, I thought of the girl I met in class, Leah. Some girl told you that? Yes, indeed. Will you be upset if I'm your girlfriend? How come? If my girlfriend is as beautiful as you, then my life must be blessed by the gods. I said you were certain to get a girlfriend with such a sweet mouth. Then Mori put down her pen and looked at me. But there's only one Mori in this world. I am a fox spirit, Yanchan's guardian spirit. Mori suddenly had a serious expression on her face. I know. I put down my pen and turned around to look at her. I get it, Lord Fox. I like how we call her Lord Fox. It's just like, I guess that's their way of. Fox Hime literally kind of means like, you know, a person of a higher status. So I guess the Lord, it does fit. It's just a strange title for him, I guess. I guess not used to it being written out in English. Oh, it's such a scary face. I guess Mori Hime would be kind of a little difficult. What a big child. Mori turned back and busied herself on her own work. So did I. Silence came down between us again. Alright, it's about time. Let's freshen up before going to the supermarket. Okay. So does she actually have classes too, then, I'm guessing? She has the same uniform and they go to the same school, so I'm assuming she's got classes of her own. I wonder what she's actually studying, then. In fact, there was nothing much to freshen up. I took my public transport card in the drawer and my wallet. That was about it. Don't forget your public transport card. I already got it. Let's go. I really like their art style. It's not like the traditional anime style. It has its resemblances, but it's got its standoutish. It's kind of like the vibe it gives me. Like looking Okay, I can't look at anything besides her eyes because, God, the detail in those eyes. Like the little spark, like the little rainbow coloring in her eyes are just insane. There's like this whole level of specularity around everything too, if you kind of notice too. It's not a bad art style though. I could definitely see that being interesting. Then how about we go to the restaurant in front of the supermarket to have dinner first, and then we take our time to go shopping. Okay. Very up forward with it. Very fine with that, I guess. From the bookstore to the supermarket, one needs to catch a train and change to another train. The total time will require about an hour, yet we had no other plans for the evening. On the right of the bookstore, there's a subway station not far away, which is named after our school. We got onto the subway without waiting for too long, as the subway's shifts were quite intensive around the off-working hours. Mankind are so good at being lazy. I think I would say that's a single verb, so is. Mankind is so good at being lazy. Why are you criticizing all of mankind all of a sudden? They didn't name the subway station well, and just copied it from our school's name. Many roads in this city are also named after other places. Too casual. I don't think it's bad. It's easy to remember and... Oh, and it's convenient for people when they go out. Well, that makes sense. After the subway train started to move, I could see the pretty stars' faces on the commercial posters flashing by through the window. Mori felt sleepy soon, leaning against my shoulder. Take a nap, I'm here. I wonder how much CG there is in this. Just let her sleep. Don't reveal your ears and tail, I said to her gently. That's okay. Have you ever seen a girl showing her ears and tail before? Those were decorations for cosplay. Don't worry. She fell asleep, and after saying those words, luckily her ears and tail didn't get revealed. That would be pretty bad in public. That would definitely be really bad in public, now that I think about it. We definitely don't want that to happen. But just like she said, the people on the subway didn't pay much attention to us, as they were all concentrated on their cell phones. We transferred to another train. It was around the time to have dinner when we arrived at the supermarket at 6 in the evening. We would usually go for dinner at the school's canteen also at around the same time when we had classes in the afternoon. After opening the door and walking inside, we were welcomed warmly by a young waitress. We picked a table for 2 people near the window and started to place our orders. How about something to drink first? The lights in the restaurant were great. They were bright without being too glaring. Mori's mood was also great as well. Don't ask for my opinion, just order what you would like to eat and drink. Wow, rich guy, you're so cool. Yeah, because we have all the money, I guess. Now I think about it. From earlier, she said she didn't have much, and she says it's expensive to be a girl. You know how rich I am, but you're late in finding out that I'm cool. I finally said some flattering words to you, yet you didn't appreciate it. How well can you go on a date with your girlfriend by acting like this? We're not dating now. We are eating in a restaurant face to face. What does it look like to others? What? That is a good point. That is a very good point. Well, just kidding. Mori said as she laughed. I'll take a glass of frappuccino. If I think it's frappuccino. And then an omelet. I've never really said that one because I don't order any. I'm not a fan of coffee or anything similar to that. I'm assuming that's a coffee thing. I'd like a ramen set meal, and for the drink, make it a cola. After writing down our orders, the waitress left with an awkward smile. Alright, after a short while, she brought us our drinks. How about you go try to get a girlfriend? Ouch. Based on what you just said, it seems like I'm with a girlfriend now. You mean us? Of course. I'm not in my head, looking at her seriously. Besides, I see you every day as such a beautiful girl. Other girls can't get my attention this way. In fact, I'm not close to anyone except with Mori. That sounds like a lie, fellow classmate Yams. Alrighty. Although girls like to hear nice words, but you'd better not go too far or it'll have the opposite effect. But that's the truth. No girls have the self-confidence to walk beside you, and if there is, I will pursue her for sure. Oh, for sure. Sure, because there is no such girl. We lowered our heads, stirring our drinks with straws silently. Don't worry, there'll be a girl that will come to be at your side. At our side, okay. And you will definitely fall in love with her. Where do you get the self-confidence to come up with such words? Because I'm a fox spirit. Ah, I figured she was going to say something like that. Can you see the future? Can you see the future, Mori? I wonder if... I'm actually kind of pretty sure it's kind of obvious, but it's fine. Even a fox spirit can't do it at once. After having a leisurely dinner, we went straight to the supermarket. The sudden change in the music kind of throws me off a little bit. Like, most of the other visual novels I've had kind of have like a transitional period where the music kind of dies out and another one starts in, instead of just this rapid... You know? I'm not trying to diss the game, it's just kind of something that I'm... It's more of a quality of life thing, where it's kind of nice if it had it that. In the evening, the supermarket is full of people, and Mori ran straight to the snack area after taking a shopping cart at the entrance to the supermarket. It's as if she's two entirely different individuals compared to the time when she's serious. Take it easy. Perhaps the fox spirit also has its own frankness. Maybe it has always been straightforward. I thought to myself while following her. I am Mori. Okay. I am Groot? Mori stopped and looked back at me with a smile. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? You ran so fast, what if you hit someone? That's okay, I won't, see? Mori pushed the cart and ran again. However, the truth was not like that. Two carts crashed into each other loudly at the corner of the shelves. Oh, hi, Leah. Thanks for the fan service, because you know everyone's gonna be looking at that from here on out. Ouch, ow, ow, ow. See, now you hit someone. I walked there in a hurry. There sat a girl who looked familiar in front of the store shelf against the wall. How much effort did it take to knock a person down directly? Alas, Yanshan, I really did hit someone else. Now is not the time to say such words. What a bad day today. I missed my things for class this morning and I was late for it. And now I'm knocked down by a cart. What an evil prank by the gods. Oh, that's kind of funny. She didn't swear. She was surprisingly good in character. Okay. At this time, Mori should just apologize and pull the girl up, but she just stood there and did nothing. Are you alright? Then it's up to me to extend my hand and help her up. The girl lifted her head and her watery eyes were filled with surprise, yet she didn't take my hand at once. Ah, it turns out that the murderer is Mr. Linear Independence. Oh, she called us that. That's funny. What Mr. Linear Independence? I'm Yan. Haven't I told you my name? Well, that's too normal. I can't remember it at this moment. Fair enough. This fellow's sharp. Okay, fellow is funny. This person's. You could just say person. That's funny. This fellow's. I mean, it's not a wrong word. It works. This fellow is just not one I would imagine someone would use. No one really says fellow in this scenario. This person's sharp tongue was not much different than from Mori's. Why do I always meet girls like that? Fine, let's put aside the issue with my name. Do you feel the floor is rather cooling? You heard my words, her face turned red immediately. What's up? You freak, what are you looking at? She not only blushed, but she got angry. What am I looking at? Just you, nothing much. You were looking at me. Am I not allowed to? This guy is not getting the scenario here. Ah! I nearly fell down as my leg got struck. You deserve it. Freak. She could stand up without any help at all. I mean, it's not like we crashed carts and then like broke her leg. What are you looking for in your cart? Is there also a freaking thick book? I quickly retreated to one side and corrected my stance. Damn, you know it. That's a very interesting face she makes, you know? Just this like, "Duh." She gave an expression of disdain. How can I have that thing now? I'm at the supermarket. That's a pouty face. That's true. But I remember this fellow seemed to have said that she always she was always carrying that extra thick book. You both know each other? Mori asked. Is that the girlfriend of Mr. Linear Independence? Oh, so it was you two who tried to hurt me. That's right. Who told you to try and take Yanchan away from you? What? Take Yanchan away from you? That's funny. How's that funny? The atmosphere between the two became delicate, and I felt like I should just go away. I'm told by Yanchan that he isn't seeing anyone now. Eh? Really? Mori gave a surprised expression. Yanchan, what a loser. Ouch. Yeah, what a loser. You actually took... Ow! Ow! Excuse me, I don't think this is what he was trying to do here. You actually told my feelings. You met for one day and you already kinda have that? Interesting. Leah's wiping away her tears while saying that. Wait, we just met today. How did it develop to the point of toying with your feelings? And Mori, don't you chuckle as you lie with a red face and an unexcited heart? I feel like that was a sentence a little too much there. That sentence was a little too much. I'm about as broken English as this visual novel right now. Look, Yanchan told me that if a girl has the courage to be around me, then he'd pursue her and treat her as his girlfriend. Is this Negopara? Is there a bounciness? Is there a bounciness setting? What is this? These need to calm down. Can you calm these down? Also, the bow needs to calm down. After hearing Mori's words, Leah suddenly backed off, looking at us from far away. You really are a freak. I didn't do anything at all. Indeed, aren't you fickle when you say such words in front of a girl you get along with after so many years? It seems right to call you a freak. Mori, I don't care that you didn't explain it for me, but how could you even make it worse? Hey, let's stop it for now. You're not going to introduce your new girlfriend to me? What? What new girlfriend? She's just my classmate, Leah. Alleged Leah, who's still standing far away observing, giving us this face of, ugh. What? I don't want to be your girlfriend. You wish. Come and say hi to Mori. What? You wish? She wishes what? 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 Excuse me. You move along. Alright. I sighed and moved a bit. When Leah came, I introduced her to Mori. This is Leah, who I met in today's linear algebra class. And Leah, this is Mori. I guess we don't really have a... We are classmates, but we're roommates, but what... Friends? Childhood friends, I guess? I don't know. Glad to meet you, Mori. You do, Leah. Well, aren't they a happy couple here? Leah, do you know where the shelf for chocolates is at? Go to the back of this shelf. I just came from there. Upon looking further, Leah's cart is almost half filled with all kinds of chocolates. There are black ones, white ones, the imported ones, and the domestic ones, plus all kinds of nuts and dried fruit. Let's go there. Don't bother. Mori grabbed some chocolates from Leah's cart and threw them into our cart. Mori, what are you doing? Rubbing her in her face? Now only you are needed to push the cart. That will be good enough. Is that right, Leah? Oh, Leah seemed that she hasn't answered yet. Alright, that sentence is slightly confusing. Let's go. Okay, this way. They headed to the shop. So she took chocolate out of her cart and put it in our cart, and then now they're going to the chocolate section. What? What? These two are confusing me. They headed to the chocolate section first, and I just wheeled the cart following them. Don't you get fat when you're eating so many snacks? I said to Mori, who kept filling the cart with chocolates. You're always like that. I think you might as well just give up on the whole looking for a girlfriend thing. Mori glared at me with chocolates in her arms. Did she just call herself a guardian spirit? Did she call herself a guardian spirit? I felt she wanted to eat me alive at this moment. I think it would be a pity if you were to get Leah to be your girlfriend. Don't worry, I won't let Mr. Linear Independence pursue me that easily. Unless some spirits are messing with fate. Alright, you always talk about spirits, do you believe it? What are you talking about? How could those things exist? That's why I'm not attracted to you. You should stop dreaming. Stop dreaming, Mr. Linear Independence. Now she's calling us that. And now you also I just read the line that he just said. When you accidentally react the same way the dialogue goes. Leah, what's the story of the nickname Mr. Linear Independence? Ah, well, today's linear algebra class, after their shopping spree, where the items are being swept up like a whirlwind, they left the chocolate section and moved towards the area for daily necessities in the second floor. Sometimes I can't understand at all how the friendship of girls could be formed so easily. Well, it's like two guys, it's pretty chill. Talk about sports or video games, it's generally pretty easy to do. Then again, you could do that with just about anyone. Just find, like, it's pretty easy to get to know someone. Just talk about something you both like. That's it. Not that hard. Talking about, they went from chocolates to a friend that they have in common, or an acquaintance they have in common. Why are you following us? Do you intend to go to the daily necessities area with us? Am I not allowed? Of course not. What are you thinking? You just wait here. They suddenly blushed and then caught up with Mori. Give my Mori back to me. I should be the one shopping outside with Mori today, damn it. In the end, I could only wait and stand guard by the shopping cart. You also like reading books. Chicken, 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 chicken. The daytime is getting shorter. Even a dull life could be full of changes, if I look at it in this way. Every day when I wake up, I can still see Mori sleeping on the upper bunk with her tail hanging out of the curtain. That was a constant part of my life. But each time I wake up, when I look out of the window, the sunlight is getting weaker and weaker. In the end, I almost finished reading the thick book which Leah gave to me. Yet I never reserved a seat for her. Then I realized me and Leah had so many of the same classes, it seemed as if we had discussed before and decided to take some of the same professor's classes together. But Mori is just the opposite. She's seldom in the same class as me. Today's first class was advanced mathematics, and I couldn't lie down like this to have some weird thoughts. I can't lie down, okay. Maybe it's nice to get to the classroom earlier than her once in a while. With this idea, I knocked on the bedboards of the upper berth. It's morning, time to get up. That's okay, I don't have classes until the second class. You can go first, she mumbled. Then remember to eat your breakfast early and don't be late for class. What are you saying? How could I be a qualified college student if I'm never late to class? Oh boy. I could never understand her. Was she really still asleep? Doubtful. After going to freshen myself up, I changed my clothes and went out. The queue in the canteen was so long this morning because there were so many students. Compared with eateries outside the school, the canteen has a lower price on food, although their taste is not as comparable as those eateries. Well, it's the whole you get what you pay for. It's kind of very common. Most of the cafeteria food at our campuses aren't really that fantastic either. But according to Leah's opinion, that's just because people are fussy. I ordered 2 cream buns and a pineapple bun at the counter. When I turned around and glanced over at the canteen where all the seats were fully occupied, I wished I could have gotten a seat. Finally, I saw a table in the corner and only 2 male students were sitting there, so I walked over there without any hesitation. Unexpectedly, as I was just walking to the table, those 2 guys suddenly looked at me, smiled, leaving with the unfinished bread in their hand. That's weird. I looked at it doubtfully, and then sat down, ready to eat breakfast. Hi, Leah. After Mori, it looks like I'm rumored to have been your girlfriend. Leah came out of nowhere, sitting across from me. Why are you here? What did you say? I'm going to be your girlfriend by all these rumors. She looks pretty happy for this. After several strong protests, Leah finally stopped calling me Mr. Linear Independence. Are you joking again? How's that impossible? How do you explain why those two guys left with their unfinished bread? Apparently they felt awkward as they thought we were a couple. I looked at Leah speechlessly, feeling sorry for those two innocent guys. You have such a hearty breakfast. Be careful with your digestion. We don't usually say that. That's kind of a cultural difference. We usually just say, that's a lot of food. Don't worry, my stomach's very big. I just wonder, why do you come here to have breakfast so early? As long as there's class, are there any days where I do not come early? Don't you always ask other girls to take a seat for you and then just go there and sit down with no shame? I never sit down with no shame. My eyes are always filled with gratitude whenever I pass by you. Can you see that? I'm kind of. Oh, hang on. I gotta figure this one out. As long as there's class, why are there any days where I do not come early? I think what he meant to say is, as long as there is a class, why would I never, you know, come early? Don't you always ask other girls to take a seat for you and then just go there and sit down with no shame? Don't think I get that one. I never sit down with no shame. My eyes are always filled with gratitude whenever I pass by you. Can't you see that? Okay. Oh, I really didn't see that. How does that look like? You show it to me. You mean show it to me? I can definitely tell this is a port. Like, every now and then it kind of really falls apart with the grammar, but again, as long as I can get the general idea of the conversation, it should be fine. So I closed my eyes, imagining the person in front of me was my savior, and I was supposed to devote myself to her. Then I opened my eyes with the strong feelings, putting all my emotions into my eyes, and in the end staring at Leah without a blink. Don't, your eyes are just like those boys who never have a relationship and suddenly see a girl they like. I can't see anything but except the horny desire. Except the horny desire. As expected, being grateful to a fellow with a shaped tongue? I think they meant sharp tongue. It was not easy. As the horny desire, I have girls around me. But Mori isn't your girlfriend. Not a girl. Alright. However, as I kept a seat for you, those who have the same class believe you are my boyfriend now. Even if there's a handsome man in class, he won't dare to sit next to me. There's at least one seat between me and them, and you should take responsibility for this. How's that my responsibility? You said you would never be attracted to me, even if I want to be responsible for it. That's true. Okay. So, this story seems a little interesting already, and strange at the same time. I kinda need to figure out more of Leah, because this is kind of one of those, she's coming on very strongly, and I don't know the reason why. Usually there's a pretty solid reason as to why, well, that would happen, but I'm just sitting here like, for what reason is she doing something like this? Maybe interest? I'll probably find out, probably. Maybe there's something that we did for her one day and we never really paid attention to it because we never really noticed. Who knows? I don't know. But anyway, that'll be it for this episode of Fox Hime. Hope you guys are kind of enjoying this series. Again, this does have a few grammatical errors and sometimes some words are just kind of incorrect, but it's fine. I'm willing to overlook that and continue to play through this. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this series, and I will see you in the next live stream or video that I do. Until then, I'll catch all you guys again later on.